Hello again, everyone. Edwin Learnard back once again. In this YouTube astrological segment, I'm going to be talking about the 2025 to 2039 Neptune in Aries transit, part 3 of 3. And in this segment, I'm going to be talking about the transit's possible impact on the zodiac signs Libra, Scorpio, Sagittarius, Capricorn, Aquarius, and Pisces. And yes, it does apply and pertain to the Sun, Moon, and Ascendant for all zodiac signs. Now, for Libra, the 7th house is what will be emphasized and highlighted. So one way this may manifest is that there may be a more inspiration as far as like an Aries related competition, partnerships may go. Now, as far as competition may go, well, it could be doing something pioneering, or maybe it's sports related, or more specifically combat sports, something with welding, or being first, in something, which I understand all competitions are about basically, but it may be more emphasized like with this transit as opposed to many others. Now, it's also could be expressed for Libra as far as this transit goes in terms of initiating one's dreams in matters connected with marriage or business partnerships, competition. It could be doing something with negotiation or arbitration, or something with the legal field or art. And also, too, Libra needs to be careful at this time because there may be more difficulty in terms of deciphering the motives and intentions of others in general, and whether it could be important friends or even the significant other, the marriage partner relationships at this time, because wherever Neptune transits in one's chart, it indicates the difficulty in seeing like the fine print in the details. Also, too, this could be the dissolving of a relationship. At this time, it could be a marriage partner, a significant other, maybe an important friend. Keep in mind that the transit of Saturn and Aries is going on. At the same time, the 7th house is emphasized in that transit as well. So, it's really could be a time for Libra where he or she may be going through some separations in terms of relationships, again, whether it's just a marriage partner, significant other, or it could be multiple people that are important friends in Libra's life. So, now for Scorpio, the 6th house is what will be emphasized and highlighted. So one way this may manifest is there could be a lot of inspiration in terms of taking action in one's health and in their health regime. It could be beginning some kind of health, as far as routine goes, a health program that the person stays to consistently. It may be something connected with one's diet or nutrition and even hygiene. Now, it's also, this transit may be auspicious in terms of initiating dreams as far as work and employment goes at this time. Scorpio has been hesitant or been procrastinating on doing something connected with work or employment that one is desired to do for some time. This could be the opportune time to stop holding back and actually do something about it, make those dreams manifest into reality. And also, health-related issues for Scorpio may be more nebulous and unclear at this time. It could be something Aries-related and connected with the head, the face, the skull, the brain, or the eyes. This could also be, an opportune time in terms of dissolving warfare in daily routine. If Scorpio has had a number of, say, contentious situations with others on a day-to-day basis, this could be the time where it may be time to just, dissolve this, because Neptune is connected with dissolving and dissipation. And, this is the time to, where you can maybe put those, at least gradually put those battles to an end, ones that you may have had to contend with on a day-to-day basis. Now, For Sagittarius, the fifth house is what will be emphasized and highlighted. So there may be battles, there might be of a spiritual nature connected with lovers and children. It could be, arguments over spirituality. A lot of more people with the Neptune and Aries transit may become more independent on a spiritual level at this time, and there may be, it could be, a situation where, a romantic partner and or, at least one child, if applicable, may be, more independent spiritually, or you may be, and there may be, some issues connected with that. But on a positive note, this transit can also indicate for Sagittarius a time to initiate dreams that are connected. It could be with sports, entertainment, acting, gaining greater personal popularity. It may be something in terms of a romantic partner or a child, or even something connected with investments and speculation. Now, also, too, this transit may indicate where, the death of the dominant parent, which is often a father or even an older person or authority figure, may be somewhat nebulous and unclear. And some of you may wonder, well, why? What does this have to do with the death of the dominant parent or older people and authority figures? Because this is the 8th house from the 10th house, and that's why it could, it could indicate that, and the fact you're talking about Neptune in the 5th, where that issue may be more nebulous and unclear and hard to decipher, because remember, Neptune, wherever it's transiting, could show where it's difficult to see the details in fine print. Now, for Capricorn, the 4th house is what will be emphasized and highlighted, so this could be an ideal time for Capricorn to initiate dreams that are connected with one's home, family life, even getting prepared for the latter part of life if he or she is not already in that part of one's life. And so it's also, it could be a good time for Capricorn as far as well, not a good time, I should say. It may be a time where there may be imagined battles with the less dominant parent, which is often the mother and those you're close to home with. It could be home and family members. So there may be, arguments over things that you don't need to argue about. You talk about the Don Quixote syndrome. Don Quixote, I think, was somebody that was chasing windmills. I believe they didn't exist, but you may want to confer that online or what have you. But anyway, it's also a time where Capricorn may feel more inspired to express, those Aries-like qualities one may have at the core. That can include, being courageous, outspoken, direct, aggressive, assertive, forceful, being able to confront pioneering qualities as well. Now, for Aquarius, the 3rd house is what will be emphasized and highlighted. So one way this may manifest is that, there may be battles over spiritual battles. It could be with siblings, cousins, neighbors, even those that he or she, those that were prominent in one's early education. It could also be, because, keep in mind that, again, Neptune and Aries transit could indicate, people being more, independent on a spiritual level collectively. So there may be arguments over, one, having their own, spiritual belief, compared to another, and, not wanting anyone to interfere with what he or she believes in spiritually. And it could also be even battles connected with the metaphysical, which includes astrology, arguments associated with that. And also, too, this could be a time where it would be opportune to initiate dreams connected with communications and writings. If Aquarius has procrastinated or hesitated on as far as doing anything associated with writing and communication. This is the time where he or she may desire, maybe an opportune time to initiate this and, and actually take action in those matters and have the inspiration in doing so. Now, also, too, for Aquarius, the thinking may be a little bit more, nebulous and unclear, at this time as well. There may be more of a proclivity to forget things at this time, so it's important for Aquarius to write down things more often than usual. At this time, I would say, if before like you do like your day planner or what have you, be more prudent in terms of what needs to be done and certain thoughts you may want to write down so you don't forget them. And also too, it's about being prudent regarding signing documents, because at this time, again, Neptune can represent not what we don't see, the fine print of details. And so it's really important to just really scrutinize those documents and papers. If something needs to be signed, make sure you're seeing all the fine print and what you're signing up for when you do so. And for Aquarius too, there may be more very convoluted and impulsive short journeys at this time, and it could be easy to get lost in those kind of journeys. So make sure you got your GPS working and have things mapped out during this time. Now, for Pisces, the second house is what will be emphasized and highlighted. So this could be a time for Pisces to could be opportune to initiate dreams of a monetary nature, finding peace and stability in one's life. And there may be, more of a propensity to be the victim of a fraudulent monetary scheme. So it's important for Pisces to see that fine print, if there's any documents of a monetary nature, or, if there's somebody's trying to give Pisces a deal, that sounds too good to be true. Make sure you do your research, because Pisces has a tendency, to believe things more so than the other signs. There's certain gullibility connected with Pisces more so than the other zodiac signs on average. And also, there may be more inspiration to develop Aries-related talents and abilities. And that could include doing something pioneering or working with metals, welding. It may involve, something with combat sports, or even, firefighting. Doing, something, could be something innovative. As some examples. Anyway, people, that'll conclude this YouTube astrological segment. Until next time, Edwin Learnard saying stay well.